Bitcoin, dollar, gold update. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. And this, as we get started, I have us right here. This is Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. The thing about charts, if you're new, not knowing where you're at with things, but there are different points of view. A weekly point of view is more of a zoomed out approach. You're really zooming out and looking at the big picture, whereas like a 1 hour view is a more focused in and right in the moment, right in this hour, right in this, these few hours behavior type thing. But a weekly time frame, which is what this is more of a big picture approach, looking at the big picture, right? So where is Bitcoin on the big picture? We're going to look at that. We're going to look at dollar, and we're going to look at gold. It's become a bit of a passion of mine, but I've noticed that they all three, they one's doing, they sort of, it's kind of interesting to watch what they're each doing at the same time. So we'll take a look at that. We're going to dive into that. Now, before I get too far, I just want to let you know that I am a student of the IM Academy. I'm not an educator. I'm just sharing with you things that I'm learning and things that you have access to. For example, if you were a member of the IM Academy, you would have access to. I'm going to do a volume check. If you were a member of the IM Academy, you would have access to this system called levels, right? So it's called levels. I'm going to do a volume check. And anyway, so the okay, so I'll come back to that. So this program is an AI-driven app called Levels. And if you're a member of the Academy, which I'd love you consider becoming a member, you would have access to this. You would learn how to use it to your advantage, and you could, invest and trade and make our money grow. That's the idea, right? But the IM Academy teaches you about the financial markets as well. That's the thing. So anyway, so this is Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, right? So let's first is we have an easy 1, 2, 3 system. So 1, 2, 3. One is we have pre-recorded courses. Say stocks and crypto right now is the hot things right now. So, and probably will be. Crypto is very innovating. It's really fascinating. But anyway, say you're in the stocks and crypto course. We have about 2 hours worth of material that you could have. It'll take you about 2 hours to get through 42 lectures, and it gets you caught up on what the lingo. Every industry has their own lingo. Like fitness has its own lingo. Computers has their own. If you work in the hospital, they have own lingo, and you just have to pick up on the lingo. So there's a few core things that's taught in these 42 different lectures that's going to bring you up to speed, right? It's going to bring you up to speed. So does that make sense? So that's the first thing. Trying to access to see if we have volume. The number 2 thing is we have live mentorship. Now this is what's amazing. So let's stick with the stocks and crypto course. They have other academies, but let's look at the stocks and crypto course academy. They have us, when you're in the family, right? You're us, has in the crypto and stocks course membership area, live instructors Sunday through Saturday, and they have it in your time zone, and you decide which ones you want to get on. If you're new to the industry and you want to build a portfolio, what that means is you want to start investing in some digital assets, some cryptocurrencies, and start building it up, right? Well, I would recommend to consider Curtis Cobain's Portfolio Watch every Monday right here. So thing is I was busy yesterday. So the thing is I missed the live version, and I love getting on his classes. So all you got to do, we missed the class. Oops. Oh, no big deal. Well, it's probably going to be right here, pre-recorded sessions. Hopefully, right? 8-5. Yep, 8-5. That will be it right there. 8-5. One of these two. So if you miss the session, it's you get the you can go back and watch it. But what's good is I do try to attend as many as live as I can. You can ask them questions right on the live. That's the thing, is you can ask them questions right on the live. So that's what's fascinating about that. Right on the live. That's the thing, is you can ask them questions right on. I guess we do have volume. Okay. That's what's fascinating about that. All right, we have volume. Anyway, I just want to make sure if I'm the producer and the talent. So, LOL. So anyway, we do have volume. So anyway, we have over 60 different educators teaching, and you have access to them as being, if you're a member of the academy. So we have pre-recorded courses that get you caught up on the speed, live mentorship. They teach you all the things you need to know about stocks and crypto. And then you have AI-driven apps and services. So for example, the one I got right here is Levels, right? This is a part of the foreign exchange program. It's called Levels, right? This is Levels, and we're going to look at, all right, so this is Bitcoin. Currently about 56,226. I still say I don't want it to go down but the thing is a lot of times people that are in these markets root for the price to go down. They love it to go down to 40,000, like to the blue area, 40 to 44,000. They want it to go down to that level so they can get it cheaper, because they really believe at some point it's gonna be over 100,000. That's their belief, right? So you just have to get in there and get educated. That's the thing with the educators. When you're listening to these educators, for example, when you listen to Curtis talk about the reasons why things are happening the way they're happening, and you start to understand Bitcoin and understand it on a different level, and you understand, that that's a really good, it was just 70,000 just not too long ago. Right here, it was 72,000. Now it's 56,000. So if you believe it's going to go back above over 100,000, this is a good price. So, but that's the thing. So it's all point of view. But that's the thing. That's why you got to get in there, I feel like, and listen to the instructors and see what works for you. Everybody's a little different. You got to see what you want to get out of it, and what your particular goals are. But if your goals are to, you're trying to grow some of your money, and so, but it's hard to invest in something you don't believe in. But when you spend time around these educators like Curtis Cobain, you're going to get that sense of assuredness, like, oh yeah, now that makes sense. And you're going to be on the early side, because we're still, believe it or not, we're still early. It's hard to believe, but we really are. I feel like, and a lot of people feel like, we're really still early, because we haven't mass adopted. It's going to be, I don't know when that's going to be, but you never know on this ride. The thing is, anything can happen. So, but if you want to start getting a position and getting into it, being around these educators, that's one of the best things you can do for yourself, is because you can ask them questions and you're learning about everything. There's thousands of digital assets. And so how do you know which one you want to invest in? Just Bitcoin, or do you want to invest in other things? So, okay. So we said we was going to look at gold and the dollar. So let's look at the dollar. I've been watching this. This is on the weekly. The red is resistance and the blue is support. But this is the dollar. I root for the American dollar. I want a strong American dollar, a strong country. I want a strong and safe world. I feel like with the U.S. dollar, as it's the most respected currency, and a lot of people kind of root for it sometimes. I feel like they don't want that, but I feel like it's going to create great safety in the whole world. So I root for that. So I root for a strong dollar and a strong, safe globe, right? But this is the dollar index right here. All right. Then let's look at the gold. So see, Bitcoin just went down 20,000, right? What did gold do? Look at it. Oh, okay. I thought it popped it. But still, it's at $2,389. So 1 ounce of gold is $2,389. Getting back close to that blue zone, which is considered a good typical buy zone. But it's just that there's different reasons people have for investing in gold. People trade gold, like day trade gold. Some people buy gold. So it just kind of depends on what your thing is. But look at it, look at it blown up. It's overall going up. So the stock market's been down, the Bitcoin's down, but this isn't really down. This is really up. And hopefully we'll get a little bit more of a pullback, and we can add to our position right here, right around 23.46. That will be nice. So, but that's gold right there. Beautiful, beautiful. One of my mentors said that currencies like US dollar, euro, CAD, all the currencies and digital assets like Bitcoin are man-made money. Gold and silver is God's money. So that's why I like to also have gold and silver. It just works on a whole nother level. It's been around a long time, and it's probably, it doesn't matter if it really goes up or goes sideways to me, but I feel like, a lot of people predicting we're going to go over $3,000 an ounce with gold. So at some point, but that's, but there's different reasons for holding it. So, but you can, just all kind of benefits. If you have any questions on that, let me know, or just look it up. But there's lots of pros, a lot of pros to it. So it is God's money, I feel like. So gold and silver as well. So gold is God's money, and Bitcoin and currencies are man's money. So just something to think about. All right. So I want to pull up another app though. Now look, this is gold. Okay, let's go back to Bitcoin. Just going to break up one more thing for you, and then we'll get out of here. This is Bitcoin on the weekly standpoint. Each one of those things you see is called a candle. And each one on this picture represents 1 week. So each candle is 1 week, right? Now, let's pull up this tool, Swipe Coin Scalper. This is for scalping, right? And each one of these candles represents 15 minutes, right? So all of this, just one candle here on the end, this one candle right here, is probably this whole page right here, but just broken up. So this is a little like putting it under a microscope. We're looking at it, and just from what I see right now, see how you see this little yellow gold line. The fact that it's hovering right around it, just from what I've heard, means that it's just being indecisive. So, and if you're gonna scalp trade, there's a whole bunch of strategies to that, but That's something you really have to take on as a study. And I'm happy to break it down. Matter of fact, I have some of my charts saved here. So I drew these zones out before all that happened. I drew out these green and red zones. Now I didn't take this short. This is a beautiful short position setup. See, now we're back over here. So I'm not going to do anything with it right now. I'm just watching it. But you can see by the indicator on the screen, there's a red arrow down. It's currently selling, like it's got downward pressure, sell pressure at the moment. And it's right on the gold line, which means it's like right in the middle. It's like right in hovering the line. It's my good friend, potential spam. So I don't know. I would really hate to try to set up a zone to trade out of that, but just for fun. That looks like an interesting flip space here. Interesting. And then if it goes, maybe. I'll save it for now. So I'm just going to set those up as my temporary zones if I was going to consider scalp trading, which I'm really not right at the moment, but I want to act as if, because I really do enjoy scalp trading Bitcoin. But this is Bitcoin right here on the 15-minute, real up and close inside of some zones that I set. It may or may not be accurate, but some zones that I set up from what I know about. And yeah, so I'm just going to watch it from there. But right now, it's not. When it's hovering on the yellow line, that's not a place that, from what I've heard, that you want to jump into a new scalp trade. Now, you might want to just buy some, right? Because on the big picture of things, it's a good place to buy. 56,000, when most people believe it's going to go to 150,000. So it's not financial advice. But if you knew without a shadow of a doubt, if you knew that it was going to go to 150,000, if you knew it with 100% certainty, how much would you pick up and how fast? But you don't know when it's going to happen. You know, it could drop down to 28,000 before it goes back up. But what would you do? How hard, how much effort would you put into accumulating if you knew without a doubt, and you could sell it at that point, take profits? You go pretty hard, I think. So it's all mind game, right? It's all mind game. All right, so that's it. And so that's a look at the Bitcoin, gold, and dollar. This is the Academy. We have the 1, 2, 3 system, stocks, and crypto course, pre-recorded courses to get you caught up. Live mentorship, Sunday through Saturday, in your time zone, and affiliate AI, artificial intelligence driven apps, right? Like Swipecoin is one of them. Levels is another one, and there are many more, right? So I'm still working on that, learning some of the other ones there. And that's the thing, is when you do if you become a trader, when you see the same thing, like you can analyze Bitcoin in like four different situations, and then you get what's called confluences, meaning, okay, things are yes, more of things are saying it's this, then you go with that. That's a very nice thing to have, confluences, right? So anyway, so just all depends on how bad you want it, right? Not everybody wants it bad enough to be going at it like that, but if you do, you have access. You have access with the Academy. They teach you how to use these tools, and you have a lot of support. So Ethereum, and then we're going to go. Ethereum. Let's see here. Let's see here. Man, it's really good price right now for like a long-term buy, like long-term investment. Like if you knew, Ethereum right now is at $2,470, right? One Ethereum. If you might not know what Ethereum is, but it's the number 2 digital asset in the world, right? If you knew without a shadow of a doubt, and I'm not saying it is or it isn't, but if you knew without a shadow of a doubt that it would be over 10,000 one day, not saying it's gonna, but if you knew that it was, how much would you pick up? If you bought one today at 2,600, at 24, say 2,500, say you bought one today, and at some point, you know that 2,500 is going to be worth three times that. Is that right? Yes, at least 3 times that. So 1,000 would be worth $1,000, right? 2,500 would turn into 1,000, or just right, $2,500. If my math is right, the $2,500. If Ethereum grew to 10,000, which a lot of people say that it will, that will be the 2,500 would grow to 10,000. That's right. So you would profit 7,500. You have your original 2,500, right? So I hope that makes sense, right? So here we are with Ethereum. It's also right hovering in the middle, which is okay. That's what they do. They try to trick us to where they want to go next. That's what it seems. That's what it seems like. Maybe they're not trying to trick us, but for those that trade it, it's interesting. But right now, to me, it looks like they're just hovering in the middle, going sideways. So I would not personally start a new scalp trade with this in mind right here. But I'll leave us with this. This is Bitcoin on the levels on the weekly, zoomed out. That's the zoomed out approach right there, right? And if you have any question on our easy 1, 2, 3 system, pre-recorded courses, live mentorship, AI-driven apps on the Academy, hit me up, message me. My phone number's inside the description. Should be a link somewhere on YouTube anyway to just go ahead and sign up if you want to sign up. If you have any questions, let's be a team. Let's learn and grow together. Let's do well, and let's help other people. That's the thing. This is really about financial education. So this is going to educate you and make you a better person, right? Because you're sharpening your skills. You're learning a different skill. All right. I appreciate your time and your energy. And remember, our health is wealth. Without our health, what difference does it matter, right? Health is wealth. Cash flow is king. Remember how I used to say cash is king, right? Well, one of my mentors says cash flow is king, right? Does that make sense? So instead of cash is king, cash flow is king. That's my jingle. I haven't put it to music yet, but it's health is wealth, cash flow is king, cash is queen, and credit is freedom. I'll let you think about that, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.